What's going on, boys? NealGuides here. Welcome back to another video. Now, in today's video we have the tactical setup. I've got a defensive formation for you, two attacking formations and one formation when you're attacking. This is a formation for every aspect of the play, whether you're winning or whether you're losing. This is good if you want to push the elite rank to get towards rank 1, or if you even want to get it into rivals. Now, before we go straight into the video, I just want to say that don't forget, I also have if you want to get coached by me this year, I'm doing exclusive group coaching with Gamers Academy this year, and right now they're running promotion. There's a free trial for 7 days, and one of my coach sessions is actually on Tuesday of this week. We're going to talk about creating chances inside the box, creating goal score chances. So you can sign up, 7-day free trial. Link is down below in the description. There's a link where you can get the actual free trial for 7 days, and of course, it's basically 7 days, and don't forget, you can cancel anytime you want, so why not? It's basically for free. Link is down below in the description, where you'll be seeing my first session on Tuesday. Now, going straight into the tactics. So, the 4-2-3-1, what has changed is that I've just increased the width. What I've realized is people are parking the bus so much, and people are playing very, very narrow. And originally I had a very narrow system, but I made it more wider just because I want the lamb and the ram to be wider. That is the only reason why. I don't want to use hug the sidelines all the time because they're so wide, but 65 width gives a good proportional balance, so they're not so far away that they're in the sidelines, but they're not narrow, because before the finesse shot meta you wanted them towards the middle, so they can do the finesses, but now I want them on this area, so that's why I've increased the width. Everything else remains exact same thing from last week, balanced. And people normally say I rush through my tactics, so I'm going to try to do this as slow as I can, and people that don't want to watch the entire thing can just fast forward to it. I've turned my free kicks corners in the box on 1 because I don't want to get counter-attacked. This is my defensive formation, the one that I would use for most of the game if I'm winning 1-0, if I want to close out the game. In terms of the instructions, we kept stay central, get it behind, stay forward on the striker. The cams on stay forward, get into the box, and conservative. Nothing has changed there. But what we have done is both our lamb and a ram, we've left them unbalanced. Now, I've actually put on Yeka as a new addition into the team. I don't normally play Bruno Fernandes as a cam. I normally play him as a centre mid, but I'm just trying something out this week. But the second striker, someone like Dembele will be here and stay forward. Lam Ram, I left them on balance this time. They're both on get inside the box, so obviously when I go inside, I can get inside the box, but they're both on balanced. Just because I want to make this a bit more attacking, so it's like the cam and the strikers on stay forward, kind of like a 4-4-2 or 4-4-1-1, and the lamb and the ram on balance. So they still defend, but they're just a bit more attacking. They don't really come back as much all the time. Both CDMs on cut passing lanes, stay back while attacking and cover center. If I really want to, I can always push one of these players forward using the L1 button. If you don't know how to do that, just feel free to leave one of these players on balance. That way with a bit more of attacking presence. But I don't want to push my left back and right back forward myself. And both the left back and the right back on stay back while attacking, conservative interceptions, and of course overlap. So those are the tactics for the 4-2-3-1. Now this is the formation I would use for most of the game. I'll tell you if I'm winning and I'm trying to close the game out, I would use this formation. This is the formation I would say I would start with, and if I'm winning, I go to. This is the one I use to close the game out. Then we go over to the 3-5-2. Now 3-5-2 is if I'm playing a 4-2-3-1 in the game, I'm 1-0 down, and I need 2 strikers. This is the key. I need 2 strikers, and the 4-1 with a cam and a striker is not good enough. He's playing too defensive. I need 2 strikers and a cam. Let's say he's parking the bus with a 4-2-3-1. 1 striker is not good enough. I need 2 strikers and I need a cam to get the numerical advantage against his back 2, or his centre back anyway. And so I create that situation where I suppose you can say you have a 5v4, I suppose you can say, because you have the extra cam involved. Balance 45 width, depth we've increased a little bit more, just because I want to be higher up the pitch. I don't want to be too far back because again this is my attacking formation. Long ball, I've kept it on long ball. It's always the best on long ball. I don't think I'll ever be changing this. Chance creation, I've put this to balanced, just because of the way the patch is working. I just like to be a bit more slow, and I think myself I am rushing too much myself. Talking about when I say don't run when you have the ball, I also have this bad habit of running. Now, when I'm playing seriously, it's fine, but when I'm playing casually, I don't think about it, I do it too much. So I've done it on balance just to kind of slow down my playstyle, but I actually prefer it because they make quite good adjusted runs. The width, we've increased it by 5. Plays in the box, we've increased it, and then the corners and free kicks are back on 1 again. 1 striker, stay central, stay forward. The other one on come back on offense. And I said, because I'm on Yeka in the team, a new addition that I got the other day, Bruno Fernandes goes in cam. I might put KDB instead of Bruno Fernandes. I'm still kind of deciding. But stay central, come back on defense for one of the strikers. Stay full. So when I'm defending, don't forget that guy comes back and you make basically a midfield three. So that's the benefit of having one of the strikers on comeback defense. No getting behind. That's why I put it on balance. I got rid of forward runs because sometimes when your opponent's parking the bus, you don't want to be going so far forward. I want to trigger them myself manually. Stay central because you don't want your winger to be going in the middle and swapping with these guys. Cams on stay forward, get inside to the box for a cross. Both the left mid and right mid are both on comeback and defense. Get in behind, get into the box for a cross, conservative. A to save stamina, and B so they don't get out of position. I still use hug the sidelines with this formation, so still keep on doing it until I say otherwise. Get in behind, so of course when you get the ball they go forward, and get inside the box for a cross. It's pretty self-explanatory. Don't forget you have come back in offense. When you defend, you basically defend in a 5-3-1-1. So it's kind of a 5-3-1-1 system when you defend, and you attack in a 3-5-2. One, the centre mids move on stay back while taking cut passing lanes, cover centre. The other one on cut passing lanes, cover center, balance, and I'm trying free roam. Don't do this for now. I'm just trying something out. I'm kind of testing the positioning sometimes because I don't shoot with my center mids. If you shoot with your center mids, leave it on balance. But because I normally recycle the ball to them, I like him sometimes in an odd position. But we have him on balance. You ideally want someone has high work rates here. If you've got someone that's got bad work rates, just put get forward and it kind of resolves that issue entirely. Left centre back and right centre back on overlap. Don't forget they're not going to be running forward. It's that when you're attacking, they basically play as far left centre backs and right centre backs. Kind of like so you can do the 1-2s from the left mids and right mids back to those players. Now if we move on to the 4-1-2-1-2 second variation, this is a formation. Okay, the 3-5-2 is what I would use if I'm losing. Normally this is enough. Now as I said to you, in this slot you can use any formation. You can use my 4-3-2-1. You can use my 4-1-2-1-2. You can use whatever you want. Now, the way I look at it is that I have one narrow system, one wide system, one defensive system, and one ultra attacking system. That's just the way that I look at it. Now, the 4-1-2-1-2 is basically the 3-5-2 in a nutshell, if you think about it. Because if you think about it, the hierarchy, not hierarchy, but I suppose you can say the layout of the 3-5-2 is actually a 4-1-2-1-2 in the middle. But sometimes your opponent can be smart and they realize, okay, you're playing a 3 at the back. They're catching on to what you're doing. And what they normally do is they leave 3 strikers on stay forward. So to counteract that, I have this formation. So I still have the 2 strikers and the cam, except for this time I got a back 4. So this way, if my opponent tries to be smart, I just flick to this formation very quickly, and that kind of nullifies his attack. It's a bit of an attacking formation, so pressure on every touch because I want to win the ball back. We've increased the width and depth a little bit just because the 4-1-2-1-2 is quite wide. I think we can expand it a bit more. Don't forget, it's still defending a narrow formation. But I want them to cover more of the pitch so I could press a bit better. Long ball forward runs, that hasn't changed. Width 55 and high place inside the box as usual. Now, same thing. Both strikers on stay central, getting behind, stay forward. Because I want them to be, of course, making ones in behind. And then what we have is on I need to move him over there. Then we have Lucas Moura on stay forward. No drift wide. That was just a mistake. No drift wide. Get inside the box for cross. Stay forward. And then basically, so the most defensive CDM, centre mid, should I say, I have him on attacking and one on both of them are balanced. So if you find that both your left centre mid and right centre mid, they're just too attacking. Now I have them both on the edge of the box because I don't cross the ball that much. I like to recycle the ball to them. If you find that this is too defensive, you can always put one of them on get forward and have the other one on balanced. If you find that this is too attacking, put the one that is the most defensive on stay back and have the other one on balance. That way you have a good proportionate balance because people prefer to have 2 players on stay back while attacking. Because I trust myself when I'm attacking, I have both of them on balance. I think they work both well. Feel free to get into the box for a cross. I prefer to leave them on balance because, as I say, I like to recycle the ball back to them. When I get onto the wing, I like to pass the ball back to them from the box area. So stay forward in the cam. Left centre mid, right centre mid, edge of the box, balanced and cover centre. So don't forget when you're defending, you're going to be defending very narrow. So also, this is kind of a thing, if I know my opponent's playing down the middle and I know he's got no wingers, because don't forget this formation's got no wingers, then I'll of course change it to 4-1-2-1-2. The CDM cut passing lanes, cover center, drop between defenders. That way you defend in a back 5. Now, The reason for this is that if I want to send my left back and right back forward, I then want stay back, conservative, and overlap. Now, if I activate the attacking fullback setting and I use hug the silence at the same time, which is up and right on the D-pad, up and then left, I can basically force these guys to go forward and override this command. So if I have attacking fullbacks on, they ignore stay back while attacking and make the run going forward. So when you're attacking, you actually defend with a back three, a midfield three. These guys join the attack to make, I suppose you can say, the left mid, the right mid supports, and then you have your two strikers. So it could convert very. So this is basically an option if, okay, my opponent's catching on that I'm playing a back three, so I want to change formation to secure that. So I go to a back four. Then if he decides to change formation himself, then I'll just activate attacking fullbacks and I go back to the back three system. So do you see how I change it depending on what my opponent does? I try to outplay him and try to unmatch him. So to create a mismatch, I suppose you could say, going forward. So as I said, that will be my formation. I start with most of the game. I will then go to the 3-5-2. Now, it depends on your skill gap. For me, my skill gap, I can just stay in 4-2-3-1 the entire game, and that's it. I might have to change to 4-4-2 if I'm losing, but that is about it. If, for example, you might be, let's say, a gold 3 player last year, or a rank 4 player this year, or rank 5, I don't know, really, it's hard to really imagine what a gold 3 player is. You might spend most of your time on these two formations, or you might be losing most of the time. So it depends on your playstyle. So I start with this formation. If I can't win, or if I can't get through, I then go to the 3-5-2. Okay, and let's say, for example, if I'm at 3-5-2 and I go, and let's say I come back 2-1, then I go back to the 4-2-3-1. If I'm at this formation and my opponent is sussing me out, then I go to the 4-1-2-1-2. Let's say again, if I'm winning 2-1 again, then I go back to my defensive formation. So every single time I'm winning, I'm going back to the 4-2-3-1. Do you understand? And these are just my two attacking variations. So if my opponent's being smart, I use this one. If my opponent's not being smart or not catching on too much, not many people do, I use a 3-5-2 now. Then you have the 4-4-2. Now, I made a video on this yesterday. I have the 4-4-2 solely to press. Sometimes if I'm in a rush and I haven't got that much time, I start with a 4-4-2. But this is a formation if you're losing 1-0. And think about this. If you're losing 2-0 in a game and you don't want to go gung-ho, I'll use this formation. If I'm losing 2-0 and it's 70 minutes, all I got to do is press down, then left on the D-pad and activate team press. And it becomes a super OP pressing formation. So this is press after possession loss, 60-70, fast build up, play forward runs. The width, we increased it from 45 to 65, that I explained with the 4-2-3-1 anyway. And I explained this in the video. So that way you're wide as possible when you're attacking. You're creating a matchup basically for your opponents for against your form, one of your center mids, of course, joining the attack. And that is the reason why I've gone with that. And strikers, I explained this yesterday anyway in the video, so check that 4-2-3-1 out. One stay central, one getting behind, both come back in offense. Left mid and right mid, don't forget your most defensive players on the left center mid role. And I should play Llorente basically on the wing because he's a tank. Come back in offense, get in behind, come back in offense, get in behind, get into the box. Center mid, that's attacking, get forward, free roam, cover center, conservative. And the other one's on stay back, cover center, to the edge of the box. That way you have one guy going forward and one guy staying back. And then left back and right back, of course, on stay back, attacking, conservative, and overlap. Because I don't want to get, I might be losing 2-0, but I don't want to be losing 3-0. So I at least want my back four in shape and not committing too forward. So as I said, I would use this formation if I'm losing. So if I'm losing, let's say 2-0, I'll use this formation. If it's 2-0 and it's 70 minutes, not 45 minutes, I'll use this and go straight to team press. Very, very simple. If you don't know what team press is, you can go straight to constant pressure. Just pause it and type and press constant pressure instead. And that is basically my setup. And of course, I've got the defensive formation. The balance formation I never use. People always ask me this. It's just for chemistry. And what I mean by that is, this is the balance tactic, because I have to get these players on chemistry. So I have to play this setup to get the players on chemistry. Then in game, I use one of the four formations. So my balance tactic is basically my anti-kickoff tactic. So everyone's on just balanced, and everyone's on comeback and offense. I don't actually, and the the center mids is on drop between defenders. So that way, when I kick off, I defend in a back five when I have the ball, so that way I don't get kick off. Do you see? So if my opponent kicks off first, Don't forget there's like a 5-minute period, or I have to wait for the ball to go out of play before I can change formation. So I just basically wait. I wait for like 5 minutes, and basically that way I can't get kick-offed because everyone's a comeback and defense. Then I change to a formation like one of these inside the game. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to click the link down below in the description to see more information in regards to getting coached by me. Don't forget, of course, it's a 7-day free trial, so of course, cancel anytime. You can start your free trial down below in the description. There's nothing for you to lose, and of course there's other benefits there as well, and that is Gamers Academy, and there's also people like Mo Aubameyang, former world champion, of course, people like Mike, everyone knows who he is. Link is down below in the description. Thanks for watching guys, take it easy, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.